Hello friends, my name's Jennifer Justice Gallardo and I'm a midwife. I'm excited to be here today. This class is for you if you're pregnant and you would like to have an easier pregnancy and birth. This class is going to teach you what to do about nausea and heartburn and throwing up in pregnancy and labor. And we're also going to learn about 6 essential oils you should have at your birth. We're going to learn about how to manage stress and emotions in pregnancy, and what essential supplements you should be taking for your pregnancy to have a healthier pregnancy. And we're also going to talk about what essential oils you can use if you do have a vaginal tear, and a bunch of other things. So I'm excited to sit with you. This is a really good opportunity to be able to sit with a midwife and learn from the over 1,500 births I've been to. And I have 9 children. So I have been pregnant 9 times, and I have been able to experience the different aches and pains of pregnancy and the joys of pregnancy. And I am excited to sit here with you and share some tips and advice on how to have an easier pregnancy and birth. So I've been a midwife for over 25 years. I own 2 birthing centers in Oregon. I am one of the founders and president of a nonprofit birth center in Haiti, Mama Baby Haiti. And I promise you that if you sit with me in this class, you are going to learn a lot that's going to help you during this pregnancy and birth. So let's do it. Let's start. And first off, I want to tell you that 3 reasons that I choose to use essential oils and supplements from Doterra is that they are 100% safe and natural, and that's important to me because I want to be careful what I'm putting into my body and what I'm recommending my clients put into their body, especially when they have a baby in their body. So that's one of the reasons, and they are 50 to 70 times more powerful than the herbs, so the essential oils, and we're going to learn how to use them. It's really important that they're coming from a pure source. That is why I love doTERRA products. I know they are 100% pure and effective. So the second reason that I choose essential oils is they're more effective than many medications. I've seen this over and over again in my own pregnancies, in my children, my husband, and in my clients. And so it's so amazing when an essential oil or a supplement can be so much more effective than a pharmaceutical solution. The other reason is that they oh my goodness, this part I love. They penetrate the cell membrane wall. So there is like this, I wonder if a picture would help here. Let me show you. See that cell? And there's a membrane, and you have bacteria on the outside of the cell, and viruses are inside the cell. And essential oils, there's 3 ways to use them, which I'm going to teach you. And when you use them, they penetrate into the cell membrane, and they go to work at a cellular level. So that's exciting and powerful. And I also love that they are less expensive than traditional medicine. So it's a great way to empower you and families to take care of their family and take care of their children, of course, using modern medicine when we need it. And there are so many studies supporting the use of essential oils and natural supplements in our families and on ourselves. So there are 3 ways to use them. And actually, let's play with the peppermint so that I can show you the 3 ways to use them, okay? If you have a doTERRA bottle of peppermint, join in with me. And if you don't, once you get yours, I want you to do this, okay? So we're going to open up the bottle, and we're going to learn the 3 ways to use an essential oil. Okay, so 1 drop of peppermint is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. Remember how I said that essential oils are very powerful. So 28 cups of peppermint tea here in my hand, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Take 3 fingers, dip them in, and go ahead and rub it on your forehead, and rub it at the nape of your neck, and then dip your pinky in and taste it. And then now I want you to rub your hands together and take in 3 deep breaths. That is amazing every time I do it. I just don't get tired of doing that. Okay, I used the oils in 3 ways. The first way is aromatically, by smelling the oils. The second way is topically, when I was putting it on my forehead, on the nape of my neck, just putting it on your skin. And when you put it on your skin, it soaks in, right? So it just goes in to your bloodstream, and we like to say the rule of 3, like it goes into your bloodstream, and within 30 minutes it has been delivered to every cell in your body. So it is amazing and powerful. But let's go ahead and talk about the third way. The third way was internally. Remember when I tasted it? So Doterra essential oils are so pure that you can use them internally. You just need to learn which ones and for what, and what's the right way to do it. So we're going to talk today about different solutions for your pregnancy, and we will be talking about those 3 ways: aromatic, topical, and internal. So I want to start with nausea in pregnancy, because that is something that hits us pretty quick, right out the gate sometimes. So your tools for nausea in this pregnancy are going to be peppermint and lemon. These 2 essential oils are amazing for you can use them internally. You can also use them aromatically, and they help your nausea to go away and help you to be able to control it. And I have seen when you open the lemon, I've seen and experienced where when I just felt like I was going to throw up, and just the smell will just stop it. And the lemon smells like you just cut into a fresh lemon. You can also use the lemon internally and put it in your water and drink it, just a couple drops in a glass of water. And this is very refreshing. You know you need a lot of water in pregnancy because your liver is working a little extra hard there with the baby. You want to be able to keep it all clean and flushed out. So peppermint and lemon. And so another thing that I wanted to talk about is digestion. And just sometimes your digestion, just think about it. You've got a baby growing. You have all these hormones in your body that are changing, and sometimes you can get like a kink in your intestine, or just get like such severe gas pain, or feel like you can't or be constipated, for example, especially if you've been nauseous and not eating quite as much, you can get really constipated. And anyway, constipation is pretty common in pregnancy. And I want to tell you about an oil that has saved many women from going to the emergency room, because I have gotten called before where someone thinks that they're going to go to the emergency room because they're in so much pain. I've been in that much pain before where I almost called the emergency room. And just a couple drops of Digestion under your tongue can save you from going to the hospital, because it's amazing how much relief you get, and then you thought you were dying, and really it was just an intestinal thing happening. So Digestion is really important to have in your toolkit. And if you do have constipation, another thing is there are these enteric-coated peppermint little pills that don't open up until they get into your intestine, and they work fabulous also. And then for indigestion and heartburn, the Digestion drops work really well. There's also digest tabs, and those are just some nice tools to have during your pregnancy, because you might run into some of these discomforts, and most women do. I would like to talk about what you should take to grow a healthy baby. And this is so important in your pregnancy. You want to make sure that you are nourishing your body and your baby's body. And so there's some key supplements that you should be taking, and we're going to talk about that. So we're going to start with the base, and the base is having a healthy gut. So think of your gut as a garden, and it's growing all kinds of things in there, okay? Your gut is growing good bacteria, some bacteria that's not so good, and we want to encourage it to grow healthy bacteria. And one of the ways we can do this is by taking a probiotic. So I'm going to show you my favorite probiotic. My favorite probiotic is PB Assist. PB Assist is double encapsulated, so it'll open up in your gut, and it has this chlorophyll. And so I love PB Assist, and I take it every day, and it's especially important in pregnancy to be taking it. So good probiotic. And then another thing that's important in pregnancy to be taking for your gut is food enzyme. And food enzymes help you to absorb the nutrients in the food that you eat, and they also help you to have a healthy gut flora. And Terrazyme is the one that we recommend. It works amazing for so many things. It works to have beautiful skin. It works to help your gut be healthy so that you have less stress, because a gut that is not healthy can also cause you to have depression or anxiety, or just be managing stress poorly. Okay, so Terrazyme and PB Assist. And then another supplement that's really important to take in pregnancy is your essential fatty acids. Those are so important for the brain health of your baby, and your micronutrients, of course. And we recommend the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And our midwifery practice recommends this because it's such good quality of micronutrients and vitamins that are bioavailable for your body, and your essential fatty acids. And they have a vegan pack as well, if you would rather get your essential fatty acids from non-fish source. And then the alpha, I just love this blend, the alpha CRS. It has bioflavonoids, quercetin. This is the alpha is a supplement that helps you have a healthy cellular growth, which is so important right now. You're growing a baby, so you want to have this healthy cellular growth happening, and it's full of antioxidants. It's just so good for you, and it's great for your inflammatory system to keep inflammation low, which that can be a problem in pregnancy when you have inflammation, and it gives you more hip pain and back pain and just aches and pains. That we want you to have a comfortable pregnancy. So Lifelong Vitality Pack and the gut health. And then another thing that's super important in pregnancy is to be taking your calcium magnesium supplement, because you're not going to get enough magnesium from the vegetables you're eating. Our soil is deficient in magnesium. Everyone needs more magnesium, especially in pregnancy. This will help you to not get leg cramps. It'll help the muscles and aches and pains. It'll help your hips. So this is really important to be taken. It also will help you have a faster birth, because when there are studies that magnesium, if you think about it, your uterus is a muscle, and it needs to be really well nourished, and you'll have an easier labor if your muscle, the uterus, is well nourished. So there are studies about magnesium in pregnancy and how important it is. So do that. And then let's see, so you have your supplements, your Lifelong Vitality Pack, your probiotic, and your PB Assist probiotic, and your Terrazyme, and then your bone nutrient. Please get a good vitamin D with K2. You can get it off of Amazon. This is really, really important in pregnancy, and you can get your blood tested to see what your vitamin D levels are, but you want to make sure that your levels are up there, like above 30, even above 50, so that you are taking care of your immune system, your brain, and growing a healthy baby. So vitamin D, very important. Okay, so let's move on to something else that happens in pregnancy. In pregnancy, sometimes you get sick, or you start to get sick. We want to keep your immune system high in pregnancy, and make sure that you're taking care of yourself in a natural way, so that you're staying away from toxins and able to keep your immune system supported and strong. So our favorites for doing this are the OnGuard. Now there's something called the ORAC scale, and the ORAC scale is a scale. You can Google ORAC, and it'll tell you like kale, how high kale is on the ORAC scale, or how high blueberries, for example, are like 2,400 or 2,500 on the ORAC scale. Well, clove, essential oil of clove, is almost 2 million on the ORAC scale. So there are certain essential oils that are so powerful for supporting your immune system, and clove is one of them, as is cinnamon. And the OnGuard formula has clove and cinnamon in it. It also it smells like a bottle of Christmas, and I love to diffuse this. So you're taking it into your lungs. You can also put it on your feet. I put it on my kids' feet at night so that they can keep a strong immune system. And there's another way that you can take them, and they're these little beadlets. I want to show you the little beadlets. They're awesome. Okay, these little beadlets. Oh, come on out, beadlet. So they're tiny, and so for my kids, I put them in a spoon in applesauce. See how little they are? And they, I put them in, and they can just swallow them because they're so little. I'll just put it in my mouth rather than put it back in the bottle, right? So I just pop them, and I love them. They're cinnamony and very good for your immune system. And then there's the OnGuard soft gel caps. These are a must in any home. And this is what I recommend for pregnant clients when they feel like something coming on, or they've been exposed to something and they want to keep their immune system up. They also have oregano. They have OnGuard in them, plus oregano and plus black pepper. Very good for your immune system support. And I take 2-3 times a day. Only if I feel like I'm getting sick. I don't take these daily, okay? You can take the regular OnGuard daily because it doesn't have oregano in it. And then the OnGuard soft gel caps are to be saved for if you actually are sick. Okay, we know that hand washing and keeping your hands clean are important. We have a hand sanitizer. We also have soap, hand wash. I love using their dispenser for the hand wash. And that's a nice addition to have in your home, and make sure that you're keeping everything clean, keeping your hands clean without killing any of that healthy flora that you want to keep. Okay, so there's something else for if you were to get sick, or also use this for if a baby's breathing too fast, or if I'm hiking and I can barely breathe, which happens. I just came home from Haiti and we were hiking these really steep mountains, and it was a really, really hard hike, and I was really glad I had my Breathe on me. So Breathe helps open your lungs. It has cardamom and eucalyptus and peppermint and a whole bunch of essential oils that just work together to open your lungs. And they also have it in a Breathe stick, so you can put it on your chest. Okay, I know we're moving along fast, but I have so much to share. So we talked about the importance of your gut biome and digestion, how to keep your gut healthy, what supplements to take, how to deal with the nausea and in pregnancy and your digestion. And I want to talk about, and we did immune support. Oh, I can't wait to get to the 6 essential oils to use in labor. Ooh. Let's talk about one more thing before we jump to that. So I want to talk about 2 more things, actually. Managing stress, and then some common discomforts. So let's cover that. So managing stress, that one's so easy, because did you know that out of your 5 senses, taste, touch, sound, sight, smell is the quickest way to your brain and to your limbic system. And your limbic system is the center in your brain that controls your emotions and your memories. And so you can smell something and just like feel peace and calm, and it's amazing. So the 2 essential oils, there are 2 that I love and recommend. One is called Balance. The other is Serenity. And Balance you can put on your feet for grounding. You can put it in the diffuser and smell it. You can put it on your wrists and smell. Serenity is amazing for getting you to go to sleep and get better sleep. It's very calming. I love the smell of it, and I love massaging babies with it as well. It's very just time for sleep time. It is kind of my nighttime, not kind of, it is my nighttime oil for my kids. Actually, the reason I say kind is I have a lot of kids, and the girls love this one, and my boys love the Balance. So at nighttime, I do Balance for the boys and Serenity for the girls. Okay, and then the other thing I want to talk about was pain. And sometimes you get leg cramps, back pain, and you'll want to check out my video where I go more in depth about back pain and what you can do about it. But for today, I want to give you a couple tools. And one is your Deep Blue Rub, amazing for muscle pain. Your Aromatouch massage, which has these warming oils that are amazing. There's I always keep fractionated coconut oil at my house because it's real easy for a quick massage that the kids need. Well, nobody wants a quick massage, right? But I have a lot of kids, so I give them quick massages. I'm like, hey, I'll give you a quick massage. 5 minutes. But anyway, okay, so you can use your Aromatouch for the massage. You can also use past tense is lovely if you have carpal tunnel or headache or neck cricks. All these things happen a lot, especially like when you're nursing a baby. Oh my goodness, you get like a neck crick from like either just kind of holding things a little tight when you're first learning how to nurse your baby. Anyhow, I love past tense for that, and Aromatouch and Deep Blue. So all of these things are tools to help with the pains and aches that you can get in pregnancy. And I think I can talk to you now about the 6 oils for your labor and birth. Okay, let's start with clary sage. Love it. This is one of my favorites. And clary sage is the essential oil for getting labor started or moving it along faster. It's like the oil. Do you know oxytocin? They call it the love hormone, and clary sage is like the hormone encourager. Okay, so it encourages oxytocin production. So does making out. So does kissing and love. All right, so this is like your augment induce oil, and you can massage with coconut oil, put it in the diffuser. It goes lovely with lavender. It smells so good with lavender. I love to put it in the diffuser with lavender. When a mom's coming in labor, I make sure to put the diffuser on and put these both in the diffuser. Okay, so lavender is the second oil that I love everyone to have at their labor. The lavender helps you to relax. It's a really easy one to do a massage with. It smells lovely, and I make sure I have that at every birth. It's also really great oil for babies, so good reason to have it. Okay, the third essential oil to have in labor is your Aromatouch. Aromatouch has basil in it. You could do basil instead of Aromatouch. I just love all the uses of Aromatouch, and it does smell like basil. I love the smell of Aromatouch. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Aromatouch has basil in it. Basil is an opening oil, and it helps and encourages moms to go into transition or go into more active labor. And I love keeping that. It's also, like we talked about, a nice massage oil, and it's great to have a massage when you're in labor. So I love this one. And then we have peppermint. We talked about peppermint, so hopefully you already had it in your kit anyway, right? For the nausea. Peppermint, you could have nausea in labor. You could need this in the labor. In fact, maybe even bring your digestion in labor. But peppermint has another use too, which is to energize and to wake everyone up. And so if dad's getting sleepy, midwives are getting sleepy, it's been a long labor, peppermint is so energizing, and it brings new life into the room, and you're like, okay, let's do this, let's have a baby. So I love peppermint. It also is very useful after the birth to help you pee, and you just put a drop in the toilet and the peppermint smell hits you, and then it makes it easier to pee. Okay, we have 2 more for the birth room. One is wild orange. I love the smell of wild orange. It is so fresh and delicious, and wild orange is the pushing essential oil. I have women who've told me that they just have this beautiful memory of when they were pushing their baby and just smelling the wild orange. And when you have a baby, as the baby's head is coming lower, it's really normal to poop. And, blood comes out sometimes, poop. Sometimes you're throwing up. So there's all these smells in the room, right? And I like to put wild orange in the room, so it just has a beautiful smell in the room, and it's just very uplifting. I'm gonna smell some right now. Wow. Okay, so uplifting and yummy, and wild orange is something I recommend to have in the birth room. We have one more that you should have in the birth room, and that is Cypress. Cypress is the essential oil. It actually works really well for hemorrhoids, but in the birth room, what we're going to use it for is if you have afterbirth pains. We're going to use it to encourage the placenta to come. We're going to use it for less bleeding. Okay, so you can put 3 drops right on your belly and rub it in. You can also put 3 drops under your tongue. So amazing Cypress, great for varicosities and hemorrhoids and placentas and afterbirth pains. Women also can use it in menstruation. So this is a great essential oil. When I mention hemorrhoids, I'm talking about you want to dilute with coconut oil. So you'd want to do Cypress. The other great one is frankincense and copaiba. And I think I have some copaiba here. I do, because I love copaiba. And you can do your copaiba. It's another great anti-inflammatory one. And your frankincense. Okay, so since we're talking about the nether regions, you know, hemorrhoids, but let's talk about vaginas. And should you get a tear, I have some essential oils for you to help you heal. Now, I'm going to tell you what they are, but I also want you to check out my video where I talk about how to avoid a tear, because we're not going to go into all the ways to avoid a tear today, but I do want you to know what to do if you get a tear. Okay, so get a peri bottle. A peri bottle is what midwives put their vanilla in their kitchen. But actually that's not what it's for. But I do put my vanilla in the kitchen for it. And it's this bottle that you squirt, and then the water or whatever you put in it comes up even if you're not holding the bottle upside down. So that means you can sit on the toilet, squirt the bottle, and it'll shoot up and clean your vaginal and rectal area with whatever you put in it. And I love putting these essential oils in it because it helps you heal so quickly from a tear. So here are the oils we're going to put in that. You're going to put in your peri bottle, you're going to put in 10 drops of frankincense, 10 drops of helichrysum, 10 drops of lavender, and if you have copaiba, put copaiba in as well. 10 drops of copaiba is so good for your skin, copaiba. Okay? So that is, there's also this that already has all those oils in it, Correct-X, and I like putting that in as well. Okay, so I hope you have learned some tips and tricks that you can use in your labor and in your pregnancy to stay healthy. There's one more thing I want to talk to you about, which is your oral health and your, like, what you're putting on your body. And because you know your skin is the largest organ of your body, and so whatever you put on your body, it's soaking in and going into your skin. So you want to make sure you're using non-toxic products. So I love this wonderful non-toxic delicious lotion, and I like putting it with the wild, it's non-scented, so you can use whatever oils you have, and you just put the lotion in your hand and the oils and then spread it all over your body. My favorite is Serenity and Orange. Try that, wild orange and Serenity with this. Yum. And then Doterra also has shampoo and conditioner, which I love and use. You can check out my videos on hair care. It's all non-toxic hair care. And then oral care. Okay, this is important, and poor oral hygiene, poor oral health has been linked to premature labor. And I love the OnGuard mouthwash and the OnGuard toothpaste. Not all mouthwashes are equal, and some are actually not healthy for your gums because they can have alcohol in them and be drying to your mouth. This one is alcohol free. It's amazing and tastes like Christmas in your mouth, just like so good and cinnamony. And likewise with the toothpaste. So I encourage you to try it. And the other thing that's amazing and healthy for your gums is copaiba, which we did talk about already, and that is wonderful for gum health, and for if you were to get like any mouth sores, like you put copaiba on them and they heal up so quickly. And tea tree oil. So tea tree oil is great for any mouth sores or any fungal infections, which can happen in both sides of your body, right? You can get some, babies can get thrush, and we can get yeast infections very easily when we're pregnant. So tea tree is a must to have on hand. Check out my video on oils for babies. Tea tree and lavender and some of the things we talked about and frankincense are going to be in the oils you want for baby. And I have a great video on oils for babies. So it's been so fun to be with you today. And please follow the link below, jenniferjusticegallardo.com. Go to my website, and I would love to help you be the healthiest you can be, and have a wonderful pregnancy and birth. So it's good, so good to talk to you. Bye.